Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Charlie. Today I'm continuing to upgrade my monopod. This is the part 2 of the previous episode. So in the last video, I designed a new handle using an openable ring clamp structure, and which makes it much easier to install or remove. So today I'm going to build something on the same idea and using the same structure to make a new phone mount. I salvaged this threaded insert from my old broken mount, and I also picked up some circular magnets online. So I'll combine these parts with a bit of 3D printing to make a new MagSafe mount. So let's dive in. I want to add a MagSafe style mechanism so my phone can just snap right into place. Before I start the designing, let me take a closer look at these magnets. You can see they come as a full piece. Magnets are attached to a thin white backing layer. You can see it. And there are two extra layers. On one side, there is a blue film. And on the other side, there's a transparent protective layer. And under the blue film, you can see there is an adhesive layer, which means once I stick it down, it's basically permanent. So I really want to avoid placing it in the wrong place and wasting one of those magnets. So that's why I made this dummy ring with the same dimensions to the magnet ring, so that I can test everything first before using the real one. After the initial design, I just printed this very thin version of the phone mount, and just to check how the dummy ring sits inside the housing. That's great. Okay, and after everything went well, I moved on to the actual version. I just increase the thickness and make it more solid and just able to house this thread set insert. And pretty quickly, I ran into another issue because I was using the default 15% infill in the slicer, but I think it's not strong enough. So I went back to the Bamboo Studio and added a modifier, just a simple cube, and increased the infill from 15% to 70%. So you can see the material around the hole is much denser and a lot stronger. Oh my god, it failed. I really don't know how to make it out. Maybe I think I need some more practice, so let me try it again. And this is just for practice. This time seems better than before. Let me see why it goes there. I really don't know why. So I tried installing the heatset insert into the part, but it didn't go well. So I considered many reasons might cause the failure, but I think the first one is the infill. This part, the infill is already 70%, but I think it's not large enough because in the slicer software, you can see for the 70% infill, there are still many small gaps inside the structure. So I think it will, cannot make sure the heat set insert will go straight down and keep aligned properly. So I think I can increase the infill from 70% to 90%. And in the slicer software, you can see there are almost no extra small gaps inside the structures. I think it will work. And Another reason I think is the hole size. So I make it larger. Maybe I think I can, keep it aligned in the hole. I also find maybe there is another reason, that is the wall loops. There is a parameter called wall loops, and the default parameter number is 2. And when I increase this number, I can see in the slicer that the structure around the hole seems much more solid and strong. So, but I didn't change this parameter this time, and I've printed a new version with these changes. So let's see how it performs. I also realized another thing is that the temperature of the soldering iron. I just used the temperature maybe around 300 degrees in Celsius, but maybe I think it's too much higher. Because the material is just the PLA, so I decreased the temperature to around maybe 250. Okay, so let's try it again. Okay, so this time maybe I need to much more careful. So I think the diameter is much larger than before. Let me try it again. That's great. I think it's already done. Great. Let me see the result. Okay, I think we succeed. It's almost in the right position. Just still a little gap. Let me make the dummy ring on it. Okay, it's just like this, and make my phone snap on it. Okay, so maybe it's time to install the real magnet ring. Okay, let me see how it works. Let me find this one. Okay, and I think the first one is just peeled off the transparent layer. I think so. And the adhesive layer is under the blue film. Okay, it is here. So I think I need to peel off the blue film and just position it in the housing space. Okay, so let me try. But the ring is soft, so I'm afraid it can sit in the space. Okay, so let me try. Okay, I just have one time opportunity. Let's do it. Okay, I think it's not too difficult. Stop breathing. Let me see. Okay, let me use my phone to test it. Okay, let me see. Oh, it seems great, but the snapping force is not too much. Okay, I think I really need to make a new one because the snapping force is really not enough. But for this ring I bought online, it's very firmly. When you can sound the you can hear the sound is very different. It's very difficult to take it off. But for mine, the snapping force is really too small. I think maybe I can change to another strategy, that is just to use this metal magnet ring, just adhere it here. And then I can just use my block, as a MagSafe mount. I think it's also great. The ring I bought, it's just very weak. I think I can just use it. You know, it's much more expensive than this one, but I think it will work. Let me try. Let me see. Okay, you know, the adhesive layer is very thick. I think it will work. Okay, I just grab my hot fan. I think I can use my vice bench. Okay, I think it's enough. Let's try it. Okay, let's try to snap our phone on it. Let's see it. Wow. You know, I just grabbing this part of the mount, and you can see that it's very firmly. And you can see I just shaking it, and it's great. It's very firmly. It's snapped firmly, okay? Right now, I am recording using this MagSafe smartphone mount. Okay, so let's see it. I can easily to take it off of this phone mount. You can see I just attach this metal MagSafe ring on the back side of the phone mount. And you can see this is the first solution, but it failed. So I think sometimes, you know, the simplest solution is the best one. Okay, so thanks for watching and see you in the next one.